A wave of uncertainty is sweeping through Florida's higher education landscape, and it's pushing many professors to make a life-changing decision. Nearly 1 in 3 Florida academics are actively seeking work in other states. It's a quiet but seismic migration, and the underlying reasons reveal a fierce debate shaping the future of teaching and learning in the state. So, what's driving this professional exodus? According to a recent Faculty in the South survey organized by the American Association of University Professors, 31% of faculty in Florida have applied for jobs outside the state since 2023. That's noticeably higher than the southern average of 25%. Even more striking, 31% of respondents from Florida say they intend to look for out-of-state work in the next hiring cycle. The concerns behind these numbers are as complex as they are urgent. Restrictive state policies on tenure, an aggressive rollback of diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI initiatives, and ever-rising living costs. But here's where the tension truly spikes. Professors, especially those with tenure, say they're feeling silenced, scrutinized, and stifled. The governor threatens to pull funding whenever administrators defy him, so institutional leaders are reluctant to push back. Explained one experienced community college instructor, "This climate has drained my inspiration and creativity." The survey, featuring nearly 200 responses from Florida faculty and close to 4,000 overall, including voices from states like Alabama, Texas, and Georgia, delved into everything, from job recommendation trends to how political interference is shaping academic life. Respondents could describe firsthand how recent laws and cultural battles have reshaped their work. To protect privacy, only basic demographic data like gender, race, tenure status, experience, and institution type was reported, never personal identities. Walking on eggshells, it's a phrase that echoed through dozens of responses. One faculty member at a public university confided, "Students now report any classroom discussion they dislike straight to the governor's office. Fear is constant. I stopped assigning books that might be perceived as controversial and stick to direct, safe questions." The reality for many? Open, thought-provoking discussions, once the heartbeat of higher education, are being replaced by tightly controlled, low-risk exchanges. And this is the part most people miss. State-mandated scans of course materials for disfavored viewpoints create pervasive anxiety. For someone specializing in Caribbean history, for example, there's a daily fear that teaching about non-white populations will be flagged for violating bans on DEI themes. As one Women Studies professor lamented, it's perpetual anxiety, anticipating every word that could be used against us. The impact isn't minor. Approximately 34% of Florida faculty have had their syllabi or curricula questioned by administrators, double the rate reported by professors elsewhere in the region. For some, the current situation has become so fraught that they admit, "In order to teach the truth, I have to break the law. I'm bracing myself to be arrested for telling the facts simply because the law has changed with recent political trends." What's more, 71% of Florida faculty surveyed say they would advise graduate students to avoid seeking jobs in the state. That's a powerful signal, not just to future educators, but to the entire academic pipeline. Even those with comfortable salaries and good benefits are eyeing early retirement out of exhaustion, citing the strain from political battles, hostile policies, and educational challenges such as underprepared students and disruptive technologies. Funding cuts have only poured fuel on this fire. Florida State University, for instance, reported a $100 million loss in federal grants, a loss only partially reversed after heavy lobbying. And the consequences ripple outward. 1 in 10 Florida professors reported losing a federal contract under the Trump administration. With slashed grants and eliminated diversity programs, Some faculty say it's now nearly impossible to attract talented graduate students or guarantee a safe, supportive environment for all. And yet, there's more controversy. As of 2023, even tenured faculty in Florida now face regular post-tenure reviews based on criteria set by university boards, putting job security on shakier ground than ever. The most frequent reasons cited by those applying out of state: weakened tenure protections, censorship of DEI or politically sensitive material, diminished academic freedom, Florida's charged political climate, and steep living expenses. According to respondents, the number and quality of applicants for open faculty positions have dropped, with many top candidates refusing to consider moving to Florida at all. Not every voice in the survey was critical. A handful insisted Florida is great, or that their classroom experience remains unchanged, maintaining that academic freedom still survives in their institutions. Still, even there, professors noted they spend more time convincing students of the value of evidence-based arguments, a shift they attribute to the broader climate of suspicion and polarization. Perhaps the most divisive issue is the growing political control over university governance. Some described boards packed with members from conservative organizations and university presidents ousted and replaced by political figures. Faculty said course content is now under intense review, with certain disciplines, like history, women's studies, and identity-related subjects, falling under particular scrutiny. When New College's upheaval made national news, professors pointed out that similar purges are quietly happening throughout Florida's public universities, often without media coverage, leaving many feeling isolated and vulnerable. One faculty member summed up the mood: "Academic freedom is on life support here. Everyone's so worried about accidentally overstepping into banned territory that critical thinking is being replaced by self-censorship. When you have unqualified, politically appointed university leaders, it's not surprising campus administrators choose caution over standing up for academic values." This discussion isn't going away anytime soon, and it's far from settled. Are these policies necessary safeguards against so-called indoctrination? Or are they undermining the very heart of higher education and free inquiry? Is it reasonable for professors to adapt to strict new standards? Or is the loss of creative, open discourse simply too high a price to pay? Where do you stand? Do you agree with Florida's new direction? Or do you see risks for universities and future generations? Share your thoughts below and let's tackle this together. After all, the future of higher education could depend on what happens next in Florida.